I've been gone for a minute now, back with the jump off. It's your girl, Nurse Channie. I know, y'all like, where you been? Listen, this new travel assignment, okay, this thing has been kicking my butt, okay? I'm just gonna be honest about it. It has been kicking my butt. So I wanna update you guys about what's been going on with this new travel assignment. But before I do that, I have some exciting news to share with you. So, drum roll please. I am launching a new nurse mentorship program and I need your help. So I envision this program to be something that is a support system for nurses. Now, it may be nursing students, it may be nurses who are new to specialty, to the OB specialty, because I know a lot of you guys ask me about how can I work in OB, right? And so I want this program to be a resource. So that means I need to hear from you guys. I need to know how I can make this the best resource and support program for you, okay? So I am currently doing research and I need you to help me. So I am offering one-on-one calls with your girl, okay? And so I need to find out from you, what do you need in a support program as either a new grad nurse, a student who will be a new grad, and or a nurse who is looking to transition into the OB specialty, okay? And so I would love to get on the phone with you. I'm only asking for about 30 minutes of your time where I can just ask you some questions, and in return for that, I'm gonna give you a free 30 minutes one-on-one with me. You can pick my brain, ask me all the questions that you have about nursing, okay? So, sound like a plan? I hope so. If you're interested, I'm gonna drop a link in the comment section, in the description section, where you will be able to book your call with me. Now, I am doing these calls beginning this week. Today is the 14th of June, and tomorrow and moving forward, I have opened up my calendar, and I'm gonna have my calendar open from tomorrow until June the 27th. So that gives us about 2 weeks to talk, because I want to put this together and be able to launch this program for you, okay? So if you're interested, please, no strings attached. This is at no cost. This is you helping me so I can help you, all right? So let's get into today's video. Let's get into this update, because Nurse Channie, where you been, girl? It's me, first day here on the new job. I'm probably standing in the wrong place. I came out here to get some air because orientation doesn't start for another 10 minutes. And let me tell you, between this mask and all those people in a tiny room, honey, I'm having all kinds of menopausal hot flash moments. So I came on outside to get me some air. But people keep rolling up like, where's such and such? How do I get there? I'm surprised that I got myself here. Okay, I don't know where anything is. It's a nice day outside. I probably won't get to see much of it, so you guys take advantage of this nice day. Everybody who's working from home, take a break, take your lunchtime, your break time, whatever it is, kick off early and go get yourself some of this nice weather, okay? Today we are doing Cerner, which is their charting system, training this morning. So far, I got fit tested. Yo, this is the first time that I've ever done, I guess, a real OSHA standard fit test. It was brutal. It was a whole 7 minutes with the hood on, spraying the solution in, moving your head from side to side, up and down, having a conversation, walking around, and oh, I gotta take this off for a second. I about had a panic attack in that hood. It was hot as I don't know what. But I survived. Y'all know I have a bit for the dramatic flair, but I survived. And after that, we went and got our badges done. So I got a new badge. Wow, I look so shiny on a badge and in real life. Shout out to my moisturizer. But look, this is the first time that I ever got all my credentials on the badge. My RN, BSN, and MSN. Shout out to all those credentials. You guys probably didn't even know I had all those credentials, did you? And I'm thinking about getting a third. We'll talk about that later. But yeah. This is orientation thus far. This is week 1. I think I'm gonna vlog. I'll probably vlog this first week, just to give you guys a glimpse of my first week on a new travel assignment. So far, so good. The vibe in the hospital, I like it thus far. It's so funny how, you know, your vibes, you got to go with those. Like your energy, everything that you feel around you really tells you a lot about situations. So I'm really, really good with being in tune with positive and negative energy. Thus far, I feel like this is going to be a great experience. Check with me again in about week 6 and we'll see. So I'm dying slowly. I'm going to get coffee. It's only 10:30. Oh my God. Y'all don't know how happy I am to be out of orientation. Like, my God. We spent all day in class listening to people clicking point. We did computer modules. Man, I'm so tired just from sitting all day. Hey friends, it's your girl Nurse Channie, and guess what? I'm taking you guys to work with me today. So I got a subscriber request. Basically, the request was, can you tell me what you do as a postpartum nurse? And I started to just turn my camera on and talk about what I do, but I figured it's probably best that I show you what I do. So I'm taking y'all to work with me today. Let's go. All right, so I'm just pulling up, about to park at 6:39. My shift starts at 6:45. So I'll be on time, I believe. I'm cutting it close though. I probably should already be on the unit right now, but I'm not. But that's okay. Some time to show y'all what I do at work. But first, we're gonna get coffee. The cafeteria closes at 8. And they never have anything in there. But I'm just gonna get coffee. I have my lunch. But I definitely need some caffeine to get through the night. So coffee it is. This is the basic setup. You have your bed, breast pump, sleeping area for your guest. Sharps container, television. Oh, I just noticed they have a DVD player. Closet. Not much to see here. One of the things I love is that here every room has its own thermometer. Y'all, my first nursing job, I lie to you not, I swear we had like 3 thermometers on the whole unit. If for a laboring patient who's ruptured or her water is broken, you have to take her temperature frequently. Can you imagine all of us having laboring patients scrambling to find a daggone thermometer? Oh, it was a mess. So I love that they have a thermometer here in each room. So this is basically how the room looks before the patient comes. And one of the things they do differently here is they put all the pericare products on the shelf. What I do, because I think it makes a little more sense, is I take everything that's up there and I'll show you what I do. Hold on. So I just bring everything in here because I just feel like, I know half my body's cut off, but I just feel like it makes more sense for women to have the products that they need in the place where they're going to use them. I just change all that out just because I feel like it just makes more sense. All right, and so if you have ever had a baby, you know this peri bottle is clutch. You need this. Like, this will be your best friend after you have a baby. And I'll tell you why a little bit later. But just remember I said that. So that's it. And then I put, you know, the underwear right here. So you can just grab and go and do what you need to do. And you don't have to worry about grabbing things from outside the bathroom. That just makes sense to me. What do you think? All right, so this is the communication board. And they are serious about us filling out this communication board. So top part, you put all the information of who's taking care of you, your care team. Here, they want you to put goals. For the most part, my goals are always the same for my mommies because it's nighttime. I want them to rest when they can. Pain control is important. That probably should be number one. And bonding with the baby. So for the most part, those are the goals that I set for my patients at night, unless they have more individualized or specialized needs. Let's see what our view looks like. That is the parking garage. So things move fast around here. You can see I'm in another room now. Just like that, I'm getting a second admission. So hopefully that's it for my shift. It's only 8:10. Now I have 2 admissions coming. So when you think it's gonna be a chill night, that's not always the case. But I'm still hopeful that it's gonna be a great night. All right, so while I'm waiting for my patient to come, let's go ahead and take a tour of the unit. So this unit is humongous. It is the biggest postpartum unit I have ever worked on. It is split into 2 sides, and each side mirrors the other side, and they call one side A and the other side B. And when you come in, there is a report sheet that lets you know what patients you'll be taking care of. Most of the time, they try to keep you on the same side with all your patients, but as you'll see in this video, last night I had patients scheduled on, not scheduled. I had patients assigned on the A side and the B side. So at this particular hospital, you do not have to worry about getting your steps in. If getting your 10,000 steps in is a goal for you, I think that you definitely will achieve that working here. Last night I had patients on the A side. I had 3 patients, and I also got an admission on the B side. So yeah, I got my steps in last night, going back and forth on both sides. Alrighty, so now that we've taken a mini tour, I'm going to tell you guys what I spend the majority of my time doing while I'm here at work: charting. So you guys see me charting. So when I first come in, I get my computer screen set up so that I can organize my patients, so I know that I have everyone who I'm responsible for taking care of in one place. And then after that, I go into charting on all of them. So when we come to work, we normally round on our patients, take vitals on the babies and the moms, and do our assessments. Now, an assessment in the postpartum world is a little bit different than a med-surg assessment, but we are still assessing the whole patient. So we do our head to toe assessment to make sure that overall mom is doing fine. But then we do a focused assessment, and we use an acronym BUBBLE, LE or BUBBLE HE, to focus on the postpartum assessment. So the goal of assessing our moms in the postpartum period is to ensure that she is healthy and she is not having too much bleeding after delivery, because that is the greatest risk for a woman after having a baby, a postpartum hemorrhage. So we do a lot of teaching and assessments around ensuring that mom is not experiencing a postpartum hemorrhage. So our focused assessment, again, it's the bubble assessment, and I'm going to tell you what that entails. So we are starting with the breasts, because a lot of moms are breastfeeding or desire to breastfeed. So we want to make sure that she's not having any issues with her breasts, or we want to make sure that she is able to breastfeed. After that, we assess the uterus, because that's where our baby used to live. So we want to make sure that that uterus is progressing back to the pre-pregnancy state, which that process takes a whole 6 weeks. However, in this first couple days while mommy is in the hospital, we are making sure that her uterus is progressing well. So after that, we are going to assess the bladder, because it sits right under the uterus, and we want to make sure that mommy is able to empty her bladder and she's not having any issues where that is concerned. Moving down, and if you kind of are thinking about anatomically, we're focusing on the head to toe assessment for most of the reproductive and GI organs. So now we are going to assess her bowel function to make sure she's able to have a bowel movement. For our moms who've had C-sections, we're trying to make sure that they don't have any issues regarding their GI system. Then after that, so we've covered BUBBL. So then we're looking at the lochia, which is the bleeding that a woman experiences after she has a baby. And then we're going to look at her bottom, because oftentimes women have experienced either a laceration or a cut with delivery. So we want to look at that to make sure that it is healing properly. So we've checked on all of that, and then after that we're going to look at mom's lower extremities, just to make sure she's not having any issues with a blood clot. Most of the time that's what we're assessing for. And then finally, we want to assess her emotional status. How is this mom coping with this new role as a mom? So that is basically what a postpartum nurse does. And we're also going to move over to our baby. We want to make sure that the baby is healthy. We want to make sure that the baby is having adequate feeding periods, making sure the baby is peeing and pooping, and also making sure that the baby is maintaining its vital signs. So in a nutshell, that is what I do as a postpartum nurse. And that is what I chart on all of my patients. Again, at this hospital, we average 3 to 4 couplets. And a couplet, I don't know if I said this in the beginning, a couplet is a mom and a baby. So we average 3 to 4. So yes, sometimes I'm taking care of 8 patients. Your girl be busy, okay? So y'all, it has been a busy night. It's not unusual for it to be busy here. It is 2:45. I'm just sitting down to eat my lunch. My mom made some jambalaya for me, so I'm gonna eat that. I think I'm done mostly everything that I need to do. I gotta medicate people whenever they need it, and one little blood sugar on a baby. But other than that, the hard work is done. So I'm just waiting for 7 a.m. OMG, yo, I've been trying to do this update video for quite some time. So I am at work at the end of my shift. all my patients are taken care of, and I was like, let me sit down and finish this update, because if I don't, this video is not going to get out. So this has been the most high volume hospital that I've ever worked at. It is the busiest hospital that I've ever worked at in terms of OB nursing. Now, I don't know about the rest of the hospital if they are as busy, but here on OB, honey, we are busy. So I showed you guys just a little small snippet of a tour around the unit, and then and you guys saw my orientation. So yeah, so right now I'm at week 7, and it's not bad. I have gotten my flow. Initially, trying to find my flow was so difficult, but now I've gotten my flow down. This unit functions a little bit differently than any other postpartum unit that I've ever worked on, because the nurse is essentially responsible for everything. When I say everything, I mean everything. Like, we do our own vitals, we do our own blood draws on babies, we weigh the baby after midnight every night, we do all of our own PKUs, all of our own Billy draws or our jaundice blood draws. What else do? We do everything. Like, the nurse is legit responsible. The nurse is legit responsible for just about everything. I mean, there are techs that work here on the unit, but at night, this hospital has a nursery that's open, and parents are able to send their babies to the nursery so they can get some rest, which I think is a nice thing. But that's where the tech is overnight, and so that's why they can't help us with a lot of the tasks that we have to get done. And I'm telling you, the first couple weeks I was like, whoa, now, hey, now, I don't know, different. You know, as a traveler, you know that you're here to fill a need that the hospital has, and so I really don't think I took into consideration how busy it was going to be here. And guess what, y'all? I extended my contract, which I said I would not do. But because of everything that's going on in the world at large, I just decided I wanted to stay closer to home. I feel like that's the safest thing for me to do right now, is to be on an assignment where I don't have to worry about being away from home and being in a dangerous situation. So I am here till November. Gone till November. Y'all check in on your girl. Check in on me from time to time, because some nights I'll be like, oh my God, I don't know how I can do all this stuff. And then I have to woosah and bring it all in, and I'm like, okay, we good, we got this. But it's mad busy, y'all. Mad busy. So we survived our shift. It wasn't bad. I only had 3 moms and 3 babies last night, so that made my night so much smoother. So I hope that you guys enjoyed coming to work with me. If you have any questions about anything I went over with the mama and the baby assessments, leave it in the comment section. Thank you guys for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe. And I'm on my way home to get some sleep. Oh, I'm gonna enjoy the sleep.